Hello, welcome back to Sorare. Today I'm going to be going through the top 5 forwards in the English Premier League for Sorare Fantasy Football. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you've not signed up to Sorare yet, sign up using the link below. You will get a free limited card and also get to draft your English Premier League team as well for the Fantasy Football tournaments on Sorare, which are free to play as well, of course. Okay guys, let's get stuck into today's content then. So as I say, I'm going to be picking the top 5 Premier League forwards in terms of their scoring output on Sorare. I'm going to be counting down from 5 to 1, starting with number 5, working my way up to my top pick as the number 1 fantasy football target. So guys, let's start with number 5 then. So at number 5, I've gone for Mohamed Salah of Liverpool. Now obviously if this was last season, it'd probably be a lot higher in this list. But as we know, Liverpool are not having the best of seasons. But Salah is still a decent option. And I'm sure Liverpool still have got a chance to turn around the season and start getting some good performances. The 30-year-old has an L40 of 56, an L15 of 56 and a L5 of 51. So in the last 43 games for Liverpool, he scored 22 goals and got 11 assists. We can also see from his score graph that he's got some really decent scores as well. Even during the troubled time that Liverpool are currently facing, he's still been managing to put in those good performances with goals and assists, getting some 80s and 70 scores. If Liverpool can improve the form this season, then these scores are only going to get better. So I think he's looking a really good pick up front. Coming in then at number 4. Now this might be a bit of a controversial one, but I have gone for Alexander Mitrovic of Fulham. The 28-year-old has been banging in the goals this season, and that's been equating to some really good scores on Sorare. It was a close number 5 behind Salah, but I think he deserves to be at number 4 with his performances this season. He's got an L40 of 58 and an L15 of 51. In the last 43 games for Fulham, he's scored an astonishing 34 goals. This is obviously attributed to his high scores, so he's going to need to get those goals to get these decent scores that we can see here. And these are equated to plenty of 60 scores and some 90 and 80 scores when he's getting more than one goal in a game. So I think Mitrovic is looking a really good option and probably a budget option as well in the draft, with his last 5 average being a little bit lower than his overall performances in general. Coming in at number 3, I've gone for Heung-min Son of Tottenham. The 30-year-old is an L40 of 58, an L15 of 53, an L5 of 52. Although he's not reaching the heights of last season, which is probably not going to happen again for the rest of his time in the Premiership, I think he's still going to be getting some really good scores, and that has been shown this season, as we can see here from his score graph. Some 70s, 60s, and this period is when he was on fire. I do expect him to hopefully improve on that as well, so I think he's a really good choice in your team still, and he comes in at number 3. In the last 48 games for Tottenham, he's scored 22 goals and got 8 assists as well. So I think Son is still a really good option in your fantasy teams. So coming in then at number 2 in my top 5 forwards is Harry Kane for Tottenham Hotspur. The 29-year-old, an L40 of 60, an L15 of 62 and an L5 of 59. Still one of the top players in the Premier League, of course, and a fantastic striker for Tottenham who was struggling this season. Without his goals, they probably would have been a little bit lower down in the table. In the last 55 games for Tottenham, he's scored an astonishing 33 goals and 13 assists as well. We can also see from his score graph that these goals and assists have equalled some really good scores, including some peak scores in the 90s and 80s. Something to note though is that he will need goals or assists to get these high scores, but that doesn't seem to be a problem for Harry Kane over the last few seasons. So then, who's beat number 1 to the number 1 spot in the top 5 forwards in terms of scoring output on Sorare? Well, number 1, it's the one and only Erling Haaland. Now, like Kane, he does need the goals or assists to get those peak high scores. But as we know, that's not a problem for Erling Haaland this season. He's been banging in hat-tricks, banging in goals, breaking records left, right and centre. So 22-year-old Haaland is still a fantastic choice for Manchester City. So an L40 of 64, an L15 of 57 and an L5 of 57 as well. And in the last 36 games, he's scored an astounding 42 goals and 6 assists as well. Obviously this includes his period at Dortmund in the German Bundesliga. But as we know, in the Premiership, we filter this to the English Premier League. In his 18 appearances. He's scored 25 goals and got 3 assists. And as you can see from his scores as well, mostly green here. No scores really in the orange category apart from these 4. But apart from that, we've got these green high numbers. Like I say, he will need the goals or assists. But with 25 goals in 18 appearances, I don't think that's going to be a problem for Haaland, who's consistently scored goals throughout his career. So he's the definite number 1 in the top 5 scoring forwards on the Sorare. So that concludes my top 5 forwards, guys. I've already covered the top 5 goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders, all from the English Premier League, of course. You can obviously consider these players in your draft as well to start entering the free-to-play tournament. If you did want to get involved with this, you can of course sign up to Sorare. The link is in the description. You'll get a free limited card. You'll also get to draft your team as well in the English Premier League and enter the free-to-play tournament. If you did like this video though, guys, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and TikTok. And check out my Patreon as well. There's regular scouting on there. I've also got an ebook as well, The Ultimate Guide to Sorare. The links to all this good stuff are in the description. Okay guys, thanks for watching as always. I'll see you again on the next video.